Hey, welcome to another episode of Fusion. Today we are doing something really nice. We're going to do a little bit of Italian. We're going to go with the truffled saffron gnocchi with some absolutely beautiful sauteed artichokes and confit of duck that we're going to saute off with a little bit of spice, and we're going to make it really, really nice. So let's get started. So what we're going to do, we're going to start right off with the duck. And what we're going to do is, I've got the confit right here. We're going to pull it right on out of the oven. This has been cooking for about 2 hours now, 2 to 3 hours, and we keep it about 175, 180, depending. And as you can see, it's beautiful. Pure duck fat, absolutely fantastic. So what we're going to do is we're going to get ready to just break this right on down. We're going to shred it. Okay, now I've got the leg, and obviously this is boneless, which is kind of rare when you're making confit. People don't normally do that, but I'm such in the habit of boning out the thigh meat of any particular poultry that I did it anyway. Now, what we're going to do for starters is take the duck skin off, okay? You can see that when you low and slow, you can see how much fat is there, how much gorgeousness is there. I mean, it just falls apart. I mean, that is rich and decadent, and that is what we're looking for in this dish. And then we'll take the bone-in leg, and look how easily that comes right on up. And that's what happens when you low and slow cook something. Fabulous, absolutely fabulous. So we're just going to pick that right, and yes, it is still hot. So if you don't have the fingers for this, then you're going to have to wait a few seconds. Okay? And that is that. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to work on the gnocchi. Okay, what we're going to do now is we are going to pull out a couple of potatoes for the gnocchi. And potato is the base for all gnocchis. We're using the golden russets, and we got to peel them. They're still warm, and you definitely want to peel them while they're still warm. We're going to peel the potato right now, and we're going to get ready for the gnocchi. Now, it has to be hot, as is the way. So just get the skin off of it, and you'll be good to go. Okay, we've just finished peeling all the potatoes. They're still nice and warm. Now, a lot of people like to rice them, but woo, that's still hot. What I like to do is I like to hand shred them. I think it gives it a little bit more of an honest feel. So we're going to break this bad boy up. It is nice and warm, and we're going to break it as it cools. So we're going to try and put everything together as one so it doesn't get too cool. Okay, so we sit here, break up these potatoes by hand, which is what I like to do because this is just a little bit more than what you want, and that is gorgeous. But what I will do, take an egg, wiggle right in, and just throw it off to the side. Okay, and then I'm going to take a cup of flour, which we're just going to throw right on in there. I've got another quarter cup, which we're probably going to use in a second. But right now we're going to deal with this, and we're going to be good to go. Okay? Okay. What we're doing with this gnocchi is a little bit different, alright? This is a little bit rustic. We're going to have a little bit of pieces of potato actually in there. It's smooth, creamy, like your grandmother used to make. But we're going to take a little bit of the saffron that I have here. We're just going to sprinkle it right along the edge of this. And you can see little bits of potato in there, which is really, really nice. Because it's going to make for some nice textural differences. A little bit different. And then what I plan on taking is a little bit of truffle oil. You know I love my truffle. So I'm just going to right on down the line, right back, and that's it. And that's going to be it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to give it a quick fold, and then we're going to roll, and we are going to cut and make gnocchi. So let's get started. Okay, so just fold it all in, really make it. Okay, and if you need a little flour, don't be afraid to put a little bit on there. And this humidity, everything's sticking together. So go like that. Okay, so this rolls out really, really nice. What I'll do is I'll take a piece of it once we get it mixed really evenly, because we want the truffle to be in every single piece. We don't want it to be one piece here, one piece there. We want the saffron and the truffle, little essences of it in there, because we didn't put a lot of anything in there, but you can still smell it, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So I think that we're good and kneaded right now. Okay, so I'm going to start to take, and I'm going to roll this bad boy right on out. So I'm going to take a piece like this, I'm going to cut off a little piece, okay? Set it off to the side for a second while I get some of this happening. Okay, and we're going to spread that right on out. Okay, and then we're going to take that piece and we're going to roll it. And we're going to make a nice long strip, which is going to be awesome. See, this is going to make a fairly large. It doesn't take a lot of potato. 2 pounds makes quite a bit of gnocchi. But as you can see, we've got about 1/4 inch strips here. 1/4 inch in diameter. And that's really what we want. And that's really nice. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a knife and we're just going to cut them right on out. Now, they don't have to be perfect. I mean, this is a really rustic dish. We're not looking for perfection here. Okay? So we're going to set those aside. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some more. A little more flour. Okay? And I'm going to spread that right on out. I'm going to do the same thing over again. One more time. Okay, now we have to just take the fork and give it a little roll like that. Give it a little roll like that. Give it a little roll like that. And that's going to make it very, very nice. Yeah, fork that gnocchi. And one more. Okay? So, we're good to go. Yes? No? Maybe. I don't know. Okay, as we get ready to complete this dish, the next thing we need to do is whack out a couple of baby artichokes since they're in good season right now. And you can see these are absolutely gorgeous. We're just going to cut the tops off, and you can see how beautiful that is. We're going to pull off the outer leaves, without a doubt, okay? And then what we're going to do after we get rid of that, to make life easier for us in the cutting process, we're just going to squirt right around down to the yellow part. And that's why I'm using a beautiful serrated knife. And as you can see, it becomes very, very yellow at the end. And that's what we're looking for. And what we want to do is we just want to trim that all up. Alright? Absolutely gorgeous. And then for the stem, what we want to do, we just want to go, just pull them right on off, because you don't want all that fiber in there. I mean, that's not too sexy. It's not going to be very tasty. And you can see how fibrous it is just by that little escapade. So that's what we want to do with the artichoke. Alright, and you got a beautiful long stem here. You want to make sure that you get rid of everything. You want it to be nice and clean, nice and clean. That's what is important. And then what we're going to do is we're going to cut it right in half. I cut off a little bit of the stem. Okay, then we have to take out a little bit of the choke. Now I know this is a baby artichoke and there's not a lot of choke in there, but I don't want any thistle at all in this dish. So I'm going to leave it go. And you can see how clean that is. Absolutely fabulous. And we're going to add it to the ones that we already have cut. And we're going to show you one more time. Okay? Artichokes don't come easy, but they are delicious. Just take it out. Okay? Get rid of anything that even resembles a choke in a baby artichoke. And you're good to go. And that's the end of it. Okay? So next we're going to have to cook them. Alright, now that we've got the artichokes all ready to go, as you can see, what we're going to do is we're going to take them right out of the water. This is acidulated water. And we're going to pop it into the boiling water. And we're going to blanch them right on off for a couple of minutes. Just until they're fork tender. Once they're fork tender, we want to take them out. So, that is that. So we're going to let them go for about a minute or two, 3, depending on, they're pretty small, they're pretty tender, so it shouldn't take that long. Okay, now that all the artichoke has been cooked and cooled, what we're going to do is just going to make nice little slices out of it, just like that, okay? It's going to be a real quick 1, 2, 3. Really straightforward, nice, simple, and that's it, okay? And that's going to be the end of that. Okay, now that we have the artichokes all blanched and cut beautifully. What we're going to do is we're going to put them right into the skillet. We're going to saute them. I want to get a little bit of brownness on them. You can feel that heat coming right out of them. So what I want to do is I want to put a little bit of salt on them, just like that. Give them a little bit of salt. They still have the lemon flavor from the acidulated water. We're going to be good to go. A little bit of that. Okay, and we're going to saute them off in the skillet. Absolutely gorgeous. Really, really nice stuff. So, let's just let them go. Okay? So the next thing we're going to do is get the water on for the gnocchi. Okay. The artichokes are sauteing off really, really nice. We're going to let them go, let them get a little bit of color on them. Let's throw them off to the back. I'm going to grab myself another pot. What we're going to do is, yet again, a little bit more olive oil. Nothing like Spanish olive oil. Okay, and we're gonna saute off that confit as if the confit needs any more fat. But we're gonna saute it off. We're gonna stiffen it a little bit. It's gonna be really, really nice. So that's that. Okay, we've got the artichokes going really, really nice. Got a little bit more olive oil in another pan. We're gonna take the beautiful duck. I'm going to throw it right in there, as if there's not enough fat. We need a little bit more to saute it off, and it's going to be absolutely fabulous. So we're going to take a little bit of salt, okay, throw it right on in there. Fantastic. Okay, we're going to saute it off over high heat. We've got it going. So we've got the duck going. We've got that going. We even have the sauce rolling. It's going to be nothing more than a simple glass that we're going to deal with, and then right now, this is coming up to a boil. We're going to drop that right up. We're going to drop the gnocchis right on in, and then we're going to plate. So we are good to go. Okay, everything's ready to go. What we're going to do right now is we're going to start with the gnocchi. Saffron and truffled gnocchi. And we're going to take just couple little pieces like that. And yes, it is very, very rustic, which is awesome. Absolutely awesome. And we're going to just throw it on a plate like that, okay? Beautiful small plate. And then what do we have to do? We got to plate everything else. Next, what I want to do is I want to take some of this confit that we actually sauteed off to give it a little bit of a more hardened shell. You want to plop that right on there like that. Okay? Making an awesome small plate. Beautiful, just like that. Okay? And then what we'll do is we'll take the last but not least, this sauteed beautiful, beautiful, beautiful artichoke that we sliced and sauteed. Fabulous. Now that is an awesome, awesome dish. Okay. Now the only thing I can think of that's going to make it just a little bit, put it a little bit over the top. A little more truffle right around the top. So if I was to find the truffle, I would put it on there, and I found it. So what I'm going to do is a little bit just on that. We're not going to get crazy with the garnish. We're just going to go 1, 2, 3. A really simple tapas dish. And there you have it, folks. From me to you, an absolutely awesome dish. Now we're going to pair that with an awesome wine, so join me inside. Okay, we've got this beautiful duck dish that is duck confit. It takes hours to cook. We've got the gnocchi that we've painstakingly made with the saffron and the truffle. A little bit of beautifully prepared sliced artichokes and sauteed. We're going to mix that with this beautiful Bordeaux that is 60% Semillon, 30% Sauvignon Blanc, and 10% Muscadel. It's absolutely fabulous, and it's going to go really, really well with this. So let's pour a little bit of that into there, and let's get a little bit of a taste, see what's going on. And we're going to go all the way around the horn. The truffle really wins out in this one. Absolutely fabulous, elegant, light, not heavy, an absolutely fabulous summer dish. So, again, from me to you, eat well, live well, enjoy.